there's a question that I've always had, which is, why are we going to this specific event? And every single time I hear, because everybody else is going.
Yeah, but imagine if someone would ask you that and you can turn around and say, oh, well, because we captured this many leads and our ROI was through the roof and we closed X amount of deals because of it, right? Like, folks, you aren't that, it is not that many steps to get there, right? Like, think about it. The big question I get from a lot of people that relates to this is like, they go, hey, how can we measure the ROI of our events inside of HubSpot, the return on investment? Now, investment means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but luckily, since HubSpot is so flexible, and that's the beauty of like building your event management strategy on HubSpot, is that you can kind of make like that idea of investment mean kind of like whatever you want and track it at varying levels of specificity, right, or even broadness, right? So I'll give you an example. A really cool thing that we have is we have this right now. It's a workflow action. We're about to move it to like settings inside of like our actual app itself. But we have a workflow action that will automatically attribute deals back to your event records. So like when you go and have an event, you host an event, you go to a trade show and capture a bunch of leads, like whatever your flavor of event is, we automatically look at new deals that are getting created. And if the contacts or people at that company associated to the deal, you can kind of tweak it however you want, right? If those people attended events, were captured as leads at events, or even just registered for an event, like you can choose how you set the model up. And if it's like most recent event, first event, if you're a first touch, last touch kind of team, right? What we'll do is we'll automatically associate your deals without any intervention by your sales reps or asking them to have to go do it. We'll automatically associate those deals back to your event record, right? Now, what some people do, because that helps you like see, hey, what's the return? Like when you think HubSpot, like return in the most basic general sense is usually represented by revenue, deals, right? That's generally the R, right? The tough part is that the I is usually not living in the same place, right? But since it's HubSpot, you can easily get the I to live on those event records as well. So like what we see people do, sometimes it'll be something just as basic as having like our standard sort of like event cost field where you can put in your sort of rough dollar amount of what you spent on your event, right? Some people go even crazier and say like, hey, I want like line items and like all this other crazy stuff. And they'll do like a custom object called event expenses, right? And all this other stuff. I think now we can even do line items, which is really cool. But they'll keep track of what they're spending on their event, right? And what's cool about that is when you have the R and the I in the same place, it all of a sudden becomes trivially easy to manage and report and measure the ROI of your events. Because you can say, hey, we got this much revenue, we spent this much on it, and one or two calculated fields later with whatever formula we want in there to measure your ROI, all of a sudden we have ROI at the event level. And then since all that stuff is properly represented in the object data structure, it's really easy to build dashboards and reports that show you ROI across all of your events or specific sets of events that you're doing or types of events that you do, all because you're building it in HubSpot. This is not something you could do in another app that doesn't have access to all this data.